Hey guys, Timeboy61, and today we're taking a look at the Benham again, but this time we're going to be playing a little bit off meta. Yeah, this is the kind of series I want to start. It's about playing commanders that are off meta and just seeing if being off meta is really bad, or maybe there's some interesting things we can find. And today we're going to be taking a look at Burke. Here's our current build with him. He's not very high upgraded. When I first initially got the game, Arlie was my only destroyer commander for the Americans for a very long time. So I put a couple points into him, but now I really haven't touched him much. So he's only at level 8. But the reason I wanted to use him was because he has two torpedo-based skills, one that allows for higher top speed and one for quicker reload. And we have a new torpedo boat. We have what is the only really torpedo boat focused destroyer for the Americans, the Benham. So we're just gonna go ahead and play this game. First off, this map is very weird. If you spawn over by A, there's one decision you kind of have to make up front: is do you want to go on the convex or the concave side of this island formation? My hand was kind of forced by my teammates. They all kind of went to the center of the map, which means I on my own, if I decided to go further away, if I got spotted, I would be out. You know, I'd be left out to dry. I wouldn't have a chance. The enemy Benham, the enemy Benson pops up. We're going to be dueling him and kind of harassing him for the game. We don't have twist and track. That is one of the big things that the reason why Halsey is such a powerful commander for the American boats is because of his ability, because of twist and track. And us not having it means we are going to have to play very cautiously. That enemy Benson just popped smoke. I'm gonna guess, I would have thought he would have tried to stay in the area and wait for his support, but I think he kind of backed off, seeing that we had a cruiser coming in, and there we start capturing this area again, which gives me the kind of ability to now to push forward and kind of exploit what he did. Now, fun fact, you see those those hits up there? Those are the only shells I'm gonna land the whole rest of the game. As far as damage goes this game, it's not a huge barn burner, but we end up as the #1 XP recipient in the game, and it's because we're going to play and do what destroyers are supposed to do, and then use our torpedoes when we have the ability to. So right now we have 3 big old juicy battleships far off in the flank, and we're just going to go ahead and let a couple of those go. Hopefully those make contact, you know, let those battleships know, hey, there's a destroyer over here. You don't want to press into the cap. We want to have them try to avoid this area, because now if we looked, we are tied up as far as points go, and that Benson pops up, so we're going to see if we can hit him, but we are going to accrue points at the same time, so there's no delta between us and them. We're going to start trying to pop some shots off at the Benson and just kind of try to keep an eye out, see if anyone goes. We are in range of the Bismarck secondaries, so I kind of decided maybe we shouldn't. I know secondaries haven't been buffed yet, but still, I do want to try to avoid some of the damage. But we'll wait, see if anyone else tries to kind of push on in to the cap and try to defend this cap from these 3 battleships. Also, we're just waiting on that torpedo reload. We still have a long torpedo reload. Torpedoes always take a long time, even if we have those couple percent quicker on the thing. And now we see something interesting. All of them are retreating. All three of the battleships have turned around and have started to retreat from the combat area. So we're just going to go ahead and lay in to do a torpedo run real quick. See if we can get a little bit more damage. We see one battleship is deciding he's going to try to cap this area, and we just want to let him know that no, we're still watching. We are going to take him out if he decides to come on into the cap. And we're just going to go ahead and there we go. Ugh. So now we see that the Poltava is going to try to run this way, and that kind of also sets us up on a line to try to take C. We're not seeing very many enemies around C, so we're also going to go ahead and try to take C as well, but also start to line up these torps on Poltava. Let those go. The one downside of the Benham, or one of the big downsides to the Benham torpedo-wise, is it is the less powerful American torps. They're only 9,000 damage per hit, which, you know, you can put, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4, 16. You can put 16 torpedoes out at a time, but they only do 10,000 damage if you're hitting something that doesn't have any torpedo reduction on it. And of course, a lot of the big battleships, they're going to have torpedo reduction on them. So it's not always the best, though. One of the other bonuses to having this many torpedoes is we have double the amount of torpedoes the usual battleship would expect. So we launched that first salvo. He saw them. They went by. In his mind, he might not know what kind of destroyer we are right now. So he thinks, oh, I'm in the clear. He launched his torpedoes. I have a minute and a half of freedom. I don't need to worry about it. But now we have that second salvo going towards him, and I think it's going to do pretty good. That Benson pops up again, and we do try to hunt him down, just because if we can eliminate him, then it really will be easy pickings. And there we go. We got 3 hits on the Poltava. But if we can hunt that destroyer down, then we then it is easy pickings. And I think at this point, I decide, you know, okay, clearly they're off the cap. I don't think anyone's by sea. Let's see if we can cap C and just start trying to get a positive points delta going. Try to get the points accruing for our team, because if we look at the score right now, we are down. We are losing ships quicker than they are losing ships. We've done flooding damage to the Poltava, so hopefully, you know, he's going to be lower health. We're doing our job here, but also we need to start focusing not just on torpedoing these battleships, but then going and capturing C. I think we're going to try to make one more pass at Poltava just to get a finishing blow. And we get spotted, and we just kind of throw those torps down. Maybe he turns into us. He probably won't, but we're going to try to kind of turn tail and start running. Also, maybe that Benson tries to start chasing us down, and maybe those torpedoes intercept him. We don't know. We're just kind of trying to push the battleships away from us, in the hopes of kind of relegating them to obscurity, because they have Bismarck, who's not going to be good at long range, and he hasn't been able to get close. Poltava, decent, and I forget what the last one is, but we're just kind of trying to force them away and make sure they don't know that they don't have the opportunity to kind of affect the game as much as they would like to. And there we go. We're kind of getting into the cap now. We'll get this capped. We're continuing to spot for our team. I don't know if they would exactly be able to see all of these battleships if it wasn't for us. Benson pops up again. He's within range. We're going to try to take a couple of pot shots at him. But once again, spoiler alert, we don't hit him. We pop our smoke because he seems to be spotted because he's been firing. So while we fire, we might as well have smoke cover, just because we want to get this cap very safe and securely ours. And yeah, American shells at long range, not exactly the most accurate, talking about destroyers. So we don't really hit there. Poltava, he goes, we did a good chunk of damage to him just from flooding. Amagi starts pushing in. We're going to go ahead. We kind of get that first torp set off on target on his collision course, and we're going to put the other set just behind, just in case he decides to turn in a little, and hopefully those will start hitting him. We get the capture. We now have 3-1, so we're going to start clawing back those overall points. And as far as we know, there's just one ship on the other side, and we have 3 ships on our side of the map, so we're going to start to try to go to work on these battleships, do what we can to sink them, and kind of perform the destroyer duties. So yeah, I think this first salvo just misses. Yep. And that second salvo is on its way. Once again, I think having the fact that we have 16 torpedoes, he sees that first salvo, goes, oh, well, the destroyer's launched his salvo. There's nothing else coming. And that is one of the strengths of the Benham. But none of these strengths I'm talking about are really coming from the Burke build. Like, don't get me wrong, playing with Burke has been fun. And I think we get the sink. Yep, there we go. He's down. Playing with Burke is fun. He's who I started playing American destroyers with. I just still think Twist and Track is the far superior ability. There's a reason it's in the meta, and it's because it gives you extra information. It is a perk that allows you gameplay decisions. It lets you know when someone is somewhere, the closest ship, and that lets you know and as you become more accustomed to the game, you kind of get to know what things mean and where and why they're popping up in certain places. So being able to know that, I think Twist and Track, if you're used to playing with Twist and Track and you take it away, it's like taking away one of your senses. Like, it is a vastly different experience. Now we have this Bismarck. We're going to try to go ahead and torp him. He does look like he's slowing down, so we are going to have to be kind of careful here. He could be just trying to slow down, use that island to essentially protect him from one side, which is a smart move on his part. Like, he's not fully outnumbered, but he's aware he doesn't have a destroyer anymore. He's a close-in battleship. He's facing down 2 battleships off his front, or no, just 1 battleship. He's facing down 1 battleship off his front, and we are just gonna kind of start harassing him. He starts backing up, and I know we probably will not be able to get around that island, so he spots us. He knows we're here now, and this is where we're gonna have to start kind of playing mind games with the Bismarck, because he is probably knows we're gonna try to make like a suicide torp run, so he's gonna start being paranoid. He's probably popping his depending, he either has the proxy spot on, or he's gonna pop some sort of detection very soon. I think they have sonar, if I recall. He's probably gonna pop sonar soon. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can trigger the sonar, but not actually get hit by him. And by that I mean we see that our friendly battleship, I think it's an Odin, is pushing in. We're gonna check over this hill. We see that he's turning his turrets towards us, so he knows we're here. But if we can get him to try to start targeting us in anticipation of trying to blow us out of the water as it comes around the corner, and we can protect the Odin from a couple hits, we're doing a job. We're taking his focus away, and allowing the Odin to do some close-up damage that he otherwise wouldn't, because the Bismarck is focused on us. And we saw that there. He was looking at us, and that gave the Odin more time to come closer, get those torps off, which of course the Bismarck doesn't have torps. So he's fairly well set. Bismarck's down, and now we got 2 ships, each of them capping. So we have an Atlanta, and I don't think we're really going to do much else this game. It is very much a wrapped up game. There it is, boom. And guess what? We really didn't do much, right? We torpedoed 2 battleships, but because we were in the caps at the right time, because we were spotting, there we are, number 1. So yeah, that's the Benham playing a little bit off meta with Burke as the commander. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Guys, my name's Tomboy601. I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.